I never was interested was anime. Anime was seeming to, not for me. Some shows are a bit too long, while some are also pretty boring. But I decided I could watch at least one anime. One anime. Maybe I can watch some more, but let me watch one anime as a starter. It has to be something long. And I picked One Piece. And did I make the right choice? Kinda. Now you might be like, well, Dragon Ball Z is a bit better. Buddy, I tried to watch the original Dragon Ball. It's boring. The thing about One Piece, it has so much less filler than you think. And look at Dragon Ball, like, for a minute. It's kind of boring. Uh, it is the younger Goku, but the other Dragon Ball Z slaps, so it's pretty good. But I'm not interested in watching Dragon Ball. Oh my god, I have a cough. I'm gonna cough. Oh, hold on. Ah! Why do I do this? But okay, let's move on. Okay. So before I continue on, I'm actually have to switch my headphones. Like, what am I doing? Yep. So here's my new headphones in the works. Let me get back to my normal stuff. So One Piece, the anime. I enjoyed it. Hope you want to watch this video. You don't have to watch it. You can do what you want. I would just say, hey, you can watch this video. Just listen, and you can go buy out of your day. It's whatever. You guys can watch this whenever you want. And you can guys watch this a billion years into the future. The aliens are going to be probably... YouTube probably won't exist anymore, actually, so never mind. But whatever, aliens are probably... If aliens are watching this video, One Piece is going to seem like the pirate age for them. So, let me explain One Piece. One Piece is about pirates. Okay, it's not really about them fighting the government, but that's a bit too much deep into the story, and I've only seen the first 44 episodes. I've seen the first 5 arcs. I'm starting to read the manga, which is stupid. I've read the manga after I watched the show. You should read the manga before you watch the show because the manga is a much faster pacing. If you know, the anime One Piece is slower than a snail crossing the entire Great Wall of China. And like, I'm not joking. It's literally that slow. But besides that, One Piece is crazy. So let me start from everything. One Piece starts with the romance arc. Well, at dawn arc, and the only reason why is because Luffy is gained as like in this barrel. Nobody realizes he's in a barrel. They find this like bow. I forgot what it was, but introducing this big this big pirate called Alvida or Iron Club Alvida. I think it's club, not base. But Iron Club Alvida has no plans. It's pretty stupid. Doesn't gain respect. Doesn't doesn't wait time. Just fights off at the sea. Has a pretty stable whatever crew. This one kid named Kobe. Not Kobe Bryant. Wish Kobe Bryant was still here. Rest in peace. I wish Kobe Bryant was that kid. But Kobe's just one kid like pink hair and anything. But like Luffy just comes in, finds Kobe, says you can help me become a crow and become the king of the pirates. Takes out Alvida and then they go for boat. And then so they're like, you know what? Remember when Alvida said, "So you're not Zoro?" And I'm like, and he's like, "Let's find Zoro." And Kobe's like, "No, don't find Zoro, please no." Well, Luffy does not care. They appear in the Marine base with the Captain Morgan. Yep, one of the worst things ever. They find Zoro tied up, looking like he's a criminal somewhere. He's just a swordsman. But Luffy says, "Join my crew, please." He's like, get out, just get out." Like Zoro has no interest. Then there's this one really weird guy that's pretty stupid. His name's like Halempo or something. I forgot him. But he literally is one of the worst person ever. He gets hit once and he's crying. He's like that he was like me a long time ago. I admit it. That was my past. I don't act like that stuff anymore. But whatever. So yeah, he's just this Halempo guy's a whiny kid, and then Captain Morgan comes out, tries to kill Luffy, Kobe, and Zoro. Zoro joins the team, kills Captain Morgan, and kills Halempo. Kobe joins the Marines, and Zoro and Luffy just move on. Whatever this arc was, it had a good backstory of Luffy's hat. Sad. So he was like this this old pirate named Shanks. He was a crew. Was like, you know what? He was once where a monster is about to eat a Luffy, and then whatever, Shanks survives him, but only to cost Shanks' arm off. And then Shanks leaves with his crew, and then he gives Luffy the hat. No, he gives the Luffy the hat, then leaves. And then Luffy said, "I'm gonna become king of the pirates," and then he swears by to the day. Zoro and Luffy. Then later on, they're like, Luffy gets stolen by a bird, joins this thing, and let's appear as the Orange Town arc, which is one of the shortest arcs. You know, since the pacing is so bad, a 4-episode arc is extremely short. I am so sorry to new One Piece fans. I'm so sorry you guys have to learn that arcs are gonna take a long time. I recently learned there's an arc that's nearly 100 episodes. Oh my god, I nearly threw up saying that. You know what? This is what happens when you learn something really crazy. And I don't think it's really 100. I think it's much more. Like, I think they're gonna butcher it. Like, if there's an arc that's 100 episodes, there has to be like stages. Like, okay, whatever. But let me move on. Let me just. Oh my god, I have to replay. I have like a cold and a cough. So sorry for everybody, but it's okay. I'm doing good. Not sick or anything. So I'm sorry, guys. Going back to the One Piece stuff. One Luffy is trapped into this. He finds this girl named Nami, which you've seen like at the first 5 episodes. Nami wants to. Her goal is wanting to get like 100 million berries. Whatever. But then there's this big clown guy. That's the pirate called Captain Buggy. Puts Luffy in a cage. Tries to put him in a canyon. Luffy and Zoro. The canyon hits. It's Buggy's crew, and Zoro and Luffy go down. And then but since Zoro is in pain, Luffy gets freed from the cage. Helps this dog, this dog, and stops this lion. And then Captain Buggy reaches the ground, Zoro fights this guy in a unicycle. You know, I think there's like something where it's like, I think a 4-episode arc has a good. This one is good at representative of like how an arc should be played as. Like, so it starts off like the random, like some like joining in as part 1. Part 2 is just some random filler. Part 3 is back to the fights, but not like final death battle with like the main character and the villain. And then last episode's that. But episode 8 was disappointment. Her backstory, how Buggy hated Shanks because Buggy ate the devil fruit. Then I missed how Luffy ate the devil fruit. Bro could literally stretch doing anything. So when you have the devil fruit, you cannot swim. I'm so stupid for forgetting that. I feel like this video is a fail. Okay, I'm just joking. It's really not. Listen, I have lost in my mind. Don't edit at all, so this is my fault. Sorry. Anyway, Nami joins the crew. This Nami girl, whatever, she does literally nothing in the Orange Town arc. Whatever, Buggy dies. Yeah, Buggy gets defeated. He didn't die. I don't think anybody actually dies. Anyway, Luffy and Nami and Zoro go on an adventure, and this is basically the cover, and I'm gonna get the book. Here is the cover. I don't know if you see it or not. Here is the back. I don't care. But then they land onto this island. I think it's called Syrup Village or something. And thus, let's begin the Syrup Village arc, which, like, probably before was, like, kind of cool, but now it's kind of a disappointment. I don't think the Orange Town and the Syrup Village arcs were good. The Romance Dawn arc was cool because it had, like, 3 parts. But, like, the Syrup Village and the Orange Town, they were okay. Syrup Village I like because it brings in the honorable liar Usopp, which has a long nose, hence the name. Usopp, his mother died. His father, I think, joined Shanks' crew. I think. Don't get me, if I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Sorry. Don't spoil that comment. I'm actually gonna block the comments, not because I just want to. If I seen the series, I would let it happen. But I don't want spoilers because I've only seen the first 44 episodes. What do you expect? Anyway, so, oh my god, my mask is falling off me. I'm so sorry. Everything's happening. Okay, I really should not be sorry, but let me move on. So Zoro. So anyway, Usopp is like, he has this like tiny crew. It's Carrot, Pepper, and Onion. They're just kids, but Usopp's a really nice guy. Really, he's not like, even though he's a liar, he's not really that bad of a guy. There is the he talks to a girl named Kaya since her parents died, and she always has a butler named Clawhador. Clawhador turns out to be this old pirate who has claws and does this with his thing when he wears glasses. He does like this like thing. I'm not gonna do that like actually because face reveal moment would happen, and I'm just a kid. Like you're not seeing my face until my parents allow me to, which probably gonna be like teenager years, somewhat. I'm glad I used it. It's almost been a year. I was supposed to make this video actually a year ago. Just speaking away. So getting back to the story, Clawhador, or his name's actually Captain Kuro. Stupidest name ever. And then everybody thinks Usopp's the liar because he's saying, "Run, everybody! Pirates run every single like day, whatever." He finally he's like, you know what? Never mind about that. And then everybody hates him. Then the crew like believes him. And then he joins the crew. They fight. There's this one hypnotist guy named Django, and then there's the Black Cat pirate ship of Django. They appear, and this entire day there's 4 episodes, the second half of the arc. And when Kuro comes back, Luffy gets crazy. He does a gum Gatling. He beats up the crew, nearly kills Kuro, and then everybody else runs away. But then it's Luffy and Kuro. Kuro turns out he's doing well. He nearly shoots everybody. He does this thing called the pussyfoot maneuver. No, don't get that twisted. But he like, whatever he does, it's like a pussycat. He like moves and he goes invisible. Like he doesn't get shot. Like he disappears. Like he's like whatever. But then Luffy is too honorable, and then punches him, and then he becomes invisible and hurts his entire team. And then Luffy like his own like Kuro hurts his own team, his own crew, and then Luffy kills Kuro for that. Usopp joins the team. They move on. He tells the Usopp pirates that do your own thing, live your own life, and they're like, you know what? We'll do that, but also continue your legacy. And Kaya's fine. Everybody else is fine. Everything's cool. They get a boat. They move on. There's this one random arc called the Gaimon arc. It's you know what? The Gaimon arc's kind of cute. There's this guy in a treasure box who's been there for 20 years, and he's like, you know what? Maybe I don't like staying here, but I have friends, so I like it. It became his part of his body, whatever. It's been 20 years. I expect it. But, it's cool and all. He wants treasure. There's no treasure. Yeah, his backstory. He never joins the crew. But then there's a backstory in Zoro the next episode. My mask is falling off. Oh my god. Oh my god, I turned on my mouse. It was just no color. But then turned on its LED mode. So besides that, I was watching, so this is the East Blue arc. Zoro's backstory is kind of sad. There was just one girl. He wants to join a club. Just one old girl can beat him up. She says, "Well, since I'm a woman, I'm not actually that strong." Then Zoro said, "One of us will become the best swordsman." Then really soon she dies by an accident. Zoro then says, "I'm gonna become the best one." Like most of the crew's backstories are really sad. Like Usopp's, Zoro, Luffy, those are all sad. Like something bad happened to them. Or but like they move on. Really cool thing really good thing. Like they can get over it. Like, but they can make you cry. Like I nearly cried on every single one of them. But besides that, so anyway, in entering the Barate T arc, and Luffy and Usopp and Nami and Zoro go to the Barate, and there's this like they want a chef. They find out this like they find these two guys that are actually Zoro's old friends. They're actually on here for a little bit until the end of the next arc. Besides that, Zoro, I like how he has some friends. They bring to the Barete, which has this guy named Sanji. He's like the waiter, and then there's one guy named Full Body. He's not gonna be in this arc for that long. Full Body gets beat up, and then Sanji's like talks to. Then there's this one guy that's like everybody hates him because he's part of the Don Krieg crew, which is like the Barete's like rival enemy. And then like Sanji cares and gives him food, and the guy's like, "Oh, it's so good, I love it." And then there's this entire arc how he brings Don Krieg in. Luffy becomes a worker because he fell in through the ship. He's always goofy. I think Luffy's the goofiest thing ever. He's silly. And Usopp, he lies a lot, but he becomes a better person. So whatever. So Luffy is here like, I gotta learn what they do. And then here comes Don Krieg, which everybody gets scared, but like, I'm gonna fight you all. Zoro, Nami, and Usopp are just watching like, what the heck is going on? Then Hawkeye Mihawk comes out of nowhere, fights Zoro, nearly kills Zoro. Zoro, Usopp, Nami tricks the two guys in a really weird way. Well, I know a reason why. She leaves. She tricked them. She tricked them. Evil. 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 But whatever. But then they all leave. Then there's like entire another arc. Wait, hold on. So sorry. Yeah, where was I? So yeah. So Don Krieg returns from the shadows. Then he like, I don't know. Then brings out this one like guy, like the invisible Pearl, and then the Pearl bleeds 1 minute. Sanji and Luffy are like, let's just beat him up. He dies, basically. Then Don Krieg gets pissed, fights an entire poison gas bomb. Everything is dangerous. But then Gearlong, his name, I think the guy's name, who was in earlier, like, the Gearlong guy, his name was Gearlong. He was the guy who, I don't know if that's his name, I'm called Gearlong, I think that's what his name is. Correct me if you're not, but I'm not gonna let the comments. You know what? I don't really care. So whatever. So there's even a backstory about how the chef and Sanji, how Sanji was like, was in a crew, and then the old pirate guy raided the ship he was. Sanji was drowning. And then the old pirate guy sacrificed his entire foot for Sanji because like he gets stuck into like this like whatever it's called like in a mess, and then he cuts off his foot and then saves Sanji's life and then gives him bread, and Sanji thinks that he has a small piece of bread. He sees that this guy who lost his foot just has money, has no food, and for weeks Sanji was crying. This is all so sad. Like all their backstories are sad. Wait till you see Nami's though. But anyway, Luffy fights Don Krieg, but then the old chef, which let's call him Redfoot Zeph. That's his name, I think. That's why he has like the peg, and he says, Luffy, well, he might not be as powerful, but he has the heart. And then Luffy kills Don Krieg with a crazy move that does the to be continued thing. Well, no, I think it was like an ad, but that pissed me off. But after that, whatever happened, Gearlong tried to kill Sanji, but no, Don Krieg forced Gilong to kill Sanji. Then Gilong's like, I can't do it. He saved my life. And then but then after that, Gilong says goodbye to everybody. And then there's like an entire extra episode how one of the guys that was like those two like Zoro friends came is like, well, they all left. And then Sanji joins the crew. Then let's welcome Arlong Park, which is the last one I've been on, and well, this arc is crazy. So this arc has to the return of everybody. They all piece back. Turns out Nami was part of these same guys called the Arlong Pirates. Has a tattoo. Then acts like she killed Usopp. She just hurt her hand. Then you meet this girl who's Nami's foster sister. And then they talk about the Bellamy backstory, about this girl named their foster mom named Bellamy, and it's an entire sad story how Arlong, these fishman guys, come back, take Bellamy, who's a poor woman. He's like, pay 50,000 berries for kids, and 100,000 for the adult. And the mom was like, 100,000. I'm giving it to my two kids. And then she dies. You see a gunshot to her head. There's a scene where she dies, but then they silhouette it, obviously. Like, don't do that. But, like, I saw a moment of shock. And then Nami. So Usopp returns. And then Nami realized Arlong Pirates betrayed her. And she had the tattoo. Instead of what she did, she grabbed a knife and literally stabbed her tattoo to remove it. You know, I shouldn't be making a joke about this, but have you seen those movies like there's something was invented this year? They show like some of the thing was like the year before. You can do the tattoo removal thing. That I might make a meme out of it, but besides that, Luffy Pirates return, blah whatever. So besides that, Zoro so the crew comes back except Nami, and there's these three, and then there's Arlong the shark. There's three fishman friends. Luffy falls into the water, sinking in pain, and then Nami's foster sister and the guy named Genzo, which I should always introduce every single character. I didn't even introduce some of the big characters in some of the other arcs, which is really stupid. Should have I done it? Well, it won't matter in it later on. But so after the fight, so Arlong's three fishermen. There's this octopus guy who helps the this big like fish called Mamu, and but then Luffy flies out of the sky with his gum pinwheel, which is the craziest thing I've seen. That's how he got into the water. Remember how if you eat a devil fruit you can't swim? That's what happened to him. He was drowning. So Genzo and Nami's sister, let me just call her Mojiko. That's her name. Try to save his life. They save his life, but so there's Sanji, Usopp's running for his life with his opponent Shu, and then there's Sanji, this fisherman. So Zoro kills Hachan, the octopus swordman guy, with 6 swords. Zoro has 3. Doesn't really matter. Usopp also destroys his opponent, and then Shu, I think, which is kind of normal because every single time he finishes off a sentence, he says his name. Like, this guy is great. Shu. Life is nice. Shu. Yeah, but like, and then Sanji also kills him. I'm surprised Usopp could kill him. Like, they all killed their opponent. That's crazy. Usopp even. I thought Usopp had more power than I ever seen. And then Arlong fights Luffy. Luffy realizes that Nami was only joining the crew to see because of their map. And then he sees this. A feather with blood in it. That means one thing, I'm not even gonna explain it. And it's pretty bad. So Luffy breaks the room, breaks the entire tower with Arlong in it, and Arlong dies. Arlong was also a shark, so he would easily kill him with his own mouth. And then Luffy survives. Nami joins the crew. They leave. That's it. 44 episodes. Great. You know what? More of the story. I'm doing this every single big ending to an arc, which the Arlong Park arc is the end. But it's not the first 5. What do you guys think? I'm not gonna try in the comments, but enjoy your day. Goodbye.